Up here in the top left in the red, the Terran player from SK Telecom T1. It is Dream.
Handsome young man.
That he is.
And to the bottom left, we do have the player originally known as Vampire. But he is super now. On Envision Esports. Envision?
Invasion.
Envision. I envision it's Invasion.
Envision.
Tomato. I'm Australian. I can say whatever I want. I like Super a lot, actually. I'm a fan of him. Just because I want him to do well. He's like the guy.
He's a really nice guy.
It's like I just want him to do well because he's a sweet kid, and I think he deserves it because he's not on the Casper team. He doesn't have the sort of resources that Dream has. All he's got is his hard work and his laddering. And damn it, that's going to be enough.
And that's what he said he did. He said he went home for the holidays, went to see his parents, and then practiced and practiced and practiced. And he definitely does need that practice here for Dream, a very strong opponent. These two players, very close friends, as they were mentioning. Both of them actually trash-talking during the interview as well.
Yeah, both of them on MVP back in the day. During that day, I did beat Dream once upon a time.
That you did, really. Make sure you mention that every single time Dream comes out. Is a very important stat.
I think I played a part in him becoming who he is today.
Yeah, man. He will forever remember losing to the foreigner from Australia.
That bloody, long-haired Aussie bogan that beat him once upon a time in Poland. Never forget.
2012, never forget.
Yeah, man. 3 years it haunted him until this day, and now look at him against Zerg. He'll never make that mistake again.
Let's talk about that a little bit as well. Both of these players, if they win, and we're not saying who's going to win here. Could be Dream, could be Super. Who do you think has the better chance against Life?
I would have to say Dream. I would definitely have to say Dream.
Yeah.
Even though he looked pretty weak yesterday, losing to 2 Zergs, if he's practicing hard for the matchup, I think he'd still give him the biggest run for his money.
I would have to agree with you. In fact, Dream was even trash-talking during the interview, like you guys heard. He's like, oh, there's no way Super's going to do anything against Life if he wins against me. And then Super's like, I think Dream is not even thinking about me. I'm going to beat him first. So let's see how that comes into fruition here. What do you think about this matchup, actually? Do you think Dream or Super's going to win it just off of the beginning here before we see anything?
Before we see anything, while our eyes are still closed, Valdez, we haven't actually looked at the screens at all yet. I think it's actually going to be a long one. I think we could see a 3-2. And I think Dream's going to take it, but I think it's going to be close.
Okay. I don't know. I said Super a little bit earlier on, but now I'm feeling Dream. I don't know. He just seems very confident and just seems like overall the better player. Although Super has made it work in the past, I don't think Dream's that easy of an opponent that he's just going to be able to make it work here. But let's see how this first game plays out on Nimbus. Nimbus, a map where Terrans can definitely take advantage of the Protoss by dropping in that easy back door as well as harassing at that third base. It's quite hard for that Protoss to hold that. Oftentimes, send a double drop over there, cancel that Nexus, or even just snipe it down after it's been made, and you have a very unhappy Protoss.
Yeah, it is a great map for Terran, more than anything else. So pretty much the bottom line of this map, it's Terran favored because of that airspace. But, Protoss can make good use of it too. We have seen a lot of counter drops with War Prisms to make sure the Terran stays in their base for just a little while longer, giving Protoss just a little bit more space. And with this early robo, I would not be surprised after maybe a couple of observers we do see a War Prism on the map. Just for that sake.
Do you see some missile turrets coming down here? With that very early expand, he just wants to be safe. In fact, he's only going to make one. It's going to be at that natural. He's going to keep his Marines in the mineral line just in case of Oracles, waiting at that timing, and just making sure he does not take any damage. He's finally now going to tech up. Before this, he was just making 3 racks worth of units, and now he's making that factory.
Yep, kind of just a big bio opening after that CC first from Dream. Pretty standard for the map, though we don't get to see this map too often. It'll give him like a very sizable kind of Marine count early on, so he can actually apply a lot of pressure on the map and deal with any sort of Blink Stalk roll-ins or anything like that. That's pretty much the name of the game with this build. If we had seen it before, I think Cure versus San comes to mind on Deadwing. I remember this game still.
Oh, yeah.
It was, it was like a perfect example of why this build is good against Blink Stalkers. It's because you just get too much bio early, and if the Protoss tries to be aggressive, they will fall apart because there's just too much.
Yeah. Fortunately for Super, we do see him going for that kind of standard gateway core into expand into a bunch of observers into Colossi. Double Forge now. This is about as standard as you can get for the Protoss.
This is like the bread and butter of Hero more than anyone else. He loves this style.
Oh, yeah.
Double upgrades with Colossi. We'll see if he's going to transition beyond that. Sometimes the Protosses decide not to and just go for a very heavy Zealot count. And we do see Twilight Council go down as I say that, so maybe we're going to see Charge Lots.
We could. For now, just going to see the +1/+1 begin, as well as a bunch of Colossi being made with range. And nice scouting here by Dream. He's actually scouting the entire map with a couple of Marines. Just making sure no weird shenanigans are going down. No proxies. No weird double Stargate shenanigans. No kind of Dark Shrine hidden. No Nexus hidden either.
The biggest thing would probably be the Nexus, right? Like
yeah.
Having a hidden Nexus on the map can be a very big deal. And we have seen it before on a map like this size, just to get them ahead. But it is hard to secure that third base.
You pretend like you're just like being safe on 2 base, but actually you've got 3 bases going, and that's why you're just staying in your base.
Yep. And starting things off here, finally the pressure's going to come. Dream going to be going for that double drop. But already, 2 cannons in place, as well as 2 Colossi and a Mothership not far away. I don't know how this is going to go, but probably not going to go at all.
Yeah, Dream's not even going to try for it. And looks like he's going to drop down and possibly attack at the front at this moment in time. There's just not that many units, you know? If you look at the Terran, he's got a lot of units, but based on the way the Protoss is playing very safe and just back in his base with the Mothership core especially, you can play very defensive like this, but it's up to the Terran to try to get that damage down, and here we go. Stimming forward with 1 Marine. That's 3 Colossi. Not going to be wanting to stim into that right now.
No, it's going to be very difficult, and still he manages to keep these Stalkers back at the natural. Going to be deflecting another drop. So Super in a really stable position. And we're going to have to see Dream transition finally into that Viking count. And he's got already 2 starports with reactors, so he's going to get a lot of Vikings out quickly.
Yeah, very true, Moonglade. That 1 observer is a huge pain right now for Dream. It's actually scouting the entire army and exactly where it's going. There's actually a second one back there to scout it even more in detail. And if he tries to go for any big Doom drop, Super's going to know immediately what's going on. And here we go. Scan does go down, actually. He does get that observer down. He's trying to go for a drop here, but again, now there's 3 cannons.
Wow.
You're not going to be able to drop on 3 cannons.
And the photon overcharge activated, so he read that like a book. But he's going to have to be careful because the attack's going to be going to his third base now. And he still has those 3 Colossi, haven't really improved much. There's only a few force fields as well. If the bio gets a big drop on him, if he gets a nice concave and gets in just a little bit too close, could be a huge loss for Super.
Yeah, Super's just got to hold on here for 2-2. That is a gigantic amount of bio. Seems like another observer went down over there.
And we're pulling the boys, Valdez. It is time. They're 1-1. They've got enough Vikings to deal with these 3 Colossus.
Yep, he's looking to hit before 2-2 finishes for the Protoss. Only 3 Colossi. That's not really going to be enough. He's got to pump out some more units here. This is a huge amount of Terran coming across the map right now.
Yeah, it's a 40 supply lead as well, so it's just a massive amount. I'm surprised he stayed on 3 Colossus. He's warped in Stalkers as well, which is not going to help. And now he sees the massive amount of units coming down. How is he going to deal with this? 1 Colossus about to drop already.
Yeah, 1 Colossus goes down. The other 2 are in the back in a decent spot, but that is just so much Vikings here. Taking down all the Colossi now. Pro's being pulled. The Nexus is already down. And this is just way too much Terran, man. GG.
GG. Really one-sided.
You know what that game kind of looked like to me? That looks like the the Life game versus Deer, just like a different matchup.
I know,
where
right?
Life like made a giant army and then killed his opponent, and his opponent was not ready.
Yeah, it really was that one-sided. It's another one of these star players we have in this tournament against a player that, you know, can do damage, can do work, can take games, but
Over here in the west side of Catalina, the Red Terran on the team SK Telecom T1. Handsome young man. He is Dream.
And up here in the northeast, it is going to be the player named Super.
Is that really northeast, Moonglade?
Yes.
Is it now? Because I think that's north by northeast. If I had to say so myself.
A little nitpicky in my opinion, Brendan.
Am I just being too cheeky right now?
You're being a little cheeky one, mate. I'm going to give you a poke in a second.
I'm just being a keen bean, Moonglade.
Whatever you want, mate. Whatever you want. So this is another good Terran map. It's another good Terran map, Brendan.
Yeah,
So
I said that Dream might just do the same thing, but maybe he won't. Maybe he'll just try to put on the pressure with some drops early on.
well,
actually.
we could see a lot of work, yeah. I mean, this is a great Reaper opening map. It's a great sort of marine mine drop map. There's a lot of airspace around the main. You can do a lot of things, especially in these positions. Look at that. Look at that flight path from the main base of Dream.
It's disgusting.
Straight to Super's main base. It's going to be very easily done. And I would be very surprised if we do not see Dream take full advantage of that, because that is Dream. He loves to drop TVT and TvP. He loves his like double medivac drop timings.
Mm-hmm. Well, just like Dream likes that, Super does like his safety against drops. We saw it in the last game. 3 cannons there on Nimbus to defend against drops at the back door. And wouldn't be surprised if maybe he's not going to make 3 cannons on this map because it's such a gigantic lip there where you can drop as the Terran. But maybe make a 1 or 2 cannons there at the Nexus and keep a bunch of units in your main just to defend against this kind of thing. Would not be surprised if we see a similar playstyle out of Super.
The only problem is that it's like there's so much space to cover in your main base from drops, and where are you going to put these cannons? Like I can see one in like the mineral line to buy time, but like even then it's just so tricky. And we've seen a lot of like really effective Viking play on this map against Colossus. They kind of bug out a lot on this map. There's a lot of sort of cliffs and hills to run up and down, and it's very easy to get the Protoss out of position.
Well, here we go. Reaper is in the main base. Mothership Core is not out yet. Good micro on that probe. As I say that, it does go down, so maybe not the best micro. Reaper able to get 1 kill already. He's going to jump out, regen his health. Coming on the other side. Scout to see if there's a Nexus. Sees there is one. Could have assumed that likely anyway. Now he's going to come in on the right side. Jumping up here. We're going to get another kill.
I love your commentary of this Reaper Valdez.
Well, there's not much else going on, you know?
No, it's fine. We are going to see Marines being made, and in factory nice and early, so I think we are going to be seeing that drop coming up. Most likely going to be at least Marines and probably a mine drop.
Yeah, that is the standard these days, I guess. We do see a Twilight Council coming out of Super very quickly here. Might want to go for that kind of style where you get Blink first and then go into Robo. I don't see Super kind of going all in with Blink. Doesn't strike me as that kind of player.
Yeah, kind of doing like the style where you sort of contain, you show like 4 Blink Stalkers on the map, and then they're like, oh, okay, I got to be careful of like a backdoor Blink in and losing a lot of SCVs and the like.
That or just like staying in your base and using the Blink to defend against drops.
Yeah, that is
because
definitely.
If the Terran's not ready for it, they fly in their medevac on top of Blink Stalkers. They lose everything. And definitely can be very hard to deal with. But of course, first Widowmine is out, and he's just running it across the map before that medevac is even done. So they're going to put on pressure at the front right away.
Yeah, this is interesting. Deciding just to move everything out. Obviously not going to get much done because there is going to be a photon overcharge in the natural in just a moment's time, and maybe he just wants to trigger that. Then he can pull back, drop into the main, and deal with the main because there will be no photon overcharge up there. But uh-oh, he might even lose the mothership from this.
Oh no, it goes down. And that's exactly what he was looking for. He knew that the Photon Overcharge was, of course, going to go down, but he wanted to kill the Mothership Core. And now if Super wants to remake that, it's going to be another 100 gas, which you just cannot afford at this moment in time.
No, that is a huge blow. And obviously losing all that energy, that excess energy he had after the Photon Overcharge was activated. All gone now. And you see that Robo about to finish. So he will have observers very shortly, but let's see if this other Widowmine can do something.
Oh my god. That's a big mistake, actually. You can't be losing Stalkers at this moment in time. Observer is not done just yet. It is making right now. Widowmine is coming in. The splits are not the best, and 4 probes go down. Super kind of getting a bit flustered here, it looks like.
Yeah, he's kind of falling apart just a little bit.
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit. Mothership Core, Stalker, and 5 probes, have been the victims. So he's definitely getting behind in this.
Well, I dare say one more mistake. Oh, this could be good for him. He gets one more hit onto that medevac. He could get it down, but he does just barely not.
Wow. Both of them survived. Oh, no!
What?
Super.
That's like 2 free Stalkers he's given up to Widowmines now.
That is frustrating. Yeah, he is a little flustered at this point.
So he has remade that Mothership Core. And is now regenning that energy, but of course, at this moment in time, is definitely not ready for another Photon Overcharge. And here we have another drop coming into the main, this time 2 Widowmines. But at this moment in time, we do have the Observers out here for Super, so we'll be able to hold this off a little bit easier.
Yeah. Still 2 Widowmines. They're at least going to get the shots off. Going to be pulling all the probes this time. And only a few probes going down.
Oh, that medevac does get away, in fact, so decent micro there out of Dream to split his medevacs and save them.
And you know, the Widowmines don't actually have to do killing as well. They just have to make the probes pull. And that is in itself so much economic damage. Doing this the entire game, Terran is gradually going to get more and more ahead, as we see already Dream is up about 20 supply.
Meanwhile, at both of your bases with mules, they are fully saturated and mining a huge amount of minerals, while the probes are like dancing around the base. It's really annoying.
Avoiding auto-attacking burrowed units. It's just, it's ridiculous when you think about it.
Well, we have a pretty big push coming across the map. What's the energy like on that Mothership Core? Can you check that for me?
It's got about 120 at this point.
Okay. So got enough for 1 Photon Overcharge here. 1 Colossus is out at this moment in time.
Yeah, he's not going to be finding much damage here. It'd be a very awkward fight. Enough force field to block off the ramp as well. Maybe going for a drop behind this. Blink Stalker is going to be harassing. But it kind of just gives Dream exactly what he needs to know. It's like, okay, I need to go Vikings. He's already got 2 starports, so he's making 3 at a time at this point. Stim is nearly finished. And behind it, I wouldn't be surprised if we did see another pull the boys sort of attack.
Yeah. You see 2 Colossi out already. Super is confident enough to actually move out on the map with this amount of units. There's a lot of Marines in this mix, though, so this Colossi are getting some decent shots here, and I think Dream's going to have to back off right now.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage, but he's trading. He's still up 20 supply. He can't afford to do this. It's kind of him buying time. The further Super goes out on the map, the worse it's going to get as well. He can actually not fight this anymore. That is simply too many Marauders as well as Marines.
There's not enough support for the Colossi right now, and really overconfident move out here on the map by Super. He's going to lose everything.
This is just game.
Yeah, man. That's going to be it. Both Colossi go down. Nexus Cannon will go down as well as a Time Warp. But at this point, he's got too many units streaming across the map. Everything by Super has been taken out. Even that last Colossus does go down.
Well, the game might not end just yet. We do see the parade across the map of Bio. And once they've all come together, no doubt there's going to be another push up that ramp. And I think that'll be it, because there's only 4 Stalkers, a Sentry, and 3 Zealots, as well as that fading Photon Overcharge.
Yeah, once that Overcharge gets down, could see disaster strike for the Protoss player, although it does seem like Dream wants to take his 3rd base for now. So he isn't quite going all in yet. He is going to land that factory. I guess protect against those Zealots a bit here. And Zealot's going to go down very, very fast regardless. And GG is called. Super will go down here 0-2. And he is one game away from elimination. Like we kind of said in the beginning of this, Super does have a chance, but Dream definitely... Down here in the bottom right in the red, the Terran player from SK Telecom 2-1. He's up 2-0 in the series. It is Dream.
Up here in the top left, for Invasion Esports, it is Super. He is down 2 games. Has to win this one or he's out of the tournament. Looking a little bit flustered. His eyes are red.
Yeah.
He's a little tired, I think.
He's been rubbing them.
He stayed up too late last night.
Could be part of the problem. Definitely not showing his tip-top play here today.
That is something that I really don't understand from, I think it's more Korean players than anyone else. They choose to practice harder than get a good night's sleep before a match. And I always look at that and I'm like, well, you're just not going to play as good as you should be on the day because you practice so hard that it's become like a bad thing. It's gone the opposite way at this point.
You like underestimate how good a good night's sleep will actually benefit you.
It's the best thing in the world,
the next day.
It's the best thing in the world. I haven't had one in a few days now.
Yeah, me and you both, man. We're both sick, like casting.
We're dying here
3 days in a row.
Yeah,
in your case, at least.
It's not easy, man.
It's not easy being green. A green caster, that is.
Oh man, well, I like that sick icon on Skype, dude. You know that one with the face just goes.
It's like a normal smiley face, and then it turns green and it blows up, and it's like. Blah.
That's me right now, man.
That's how I feel as well. Well, a pretty standard build here from Super. He did have only 2 probes in the gas, so going a bit light on the gas for now. Looks like he wants to go for an expand here in a bit. He finally does put that 3rd probe in.
Yeah, and we're seeing kind of the same opening from Dream. He's going for that Reaper. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see the exact same build from Dream because it is a perfect map for it. It's pretty much the standard these days on good drop maps. Much like King Seijo, much like Catalina, you can't go wrong with it. You're just forcing the probes to pull constantly. Hopefully this time we don't see Super lose his Mothership core because that really definitely had a big thing to play in kind of the mid-game with lack of energy and its presence on the game.
Well, Reaper this time actually going to scout more so the outskirts of the base just to make sure that Super isn't doing some kind of weird proxy here down 0-2. I think it's a smart idea just to be safe. And Super definitely on this map has the option of going for that more aggressive style blink instead of just going for the blink and then transitioning into Robo. We'll see if he does it. I'm not sure if he's confident enough to do it, to be honest. You know, I feel like that option is there, but I don't think Super himself wants to do that. We do see him going for the Twilight, which does make sense on this map. But we'll see how far he goes along with this.
How far will he go? Will he just do the same kind of build? He likes this build, and I like this build a lot too. I love it when I see Hero do it. He's just got to get those units out in time to deal with anything that Dream is throwing at him. And he just can't be taking too much damage from these drops either. He cannot be losing Stalkers to mines. Cannot be losing the Mothership core to a mine. Can't be losing probes to a mine.
Can't lose anything to mines.
Basically, you just got to stop the mines.
That's the name of the game, is the Protoss, man.
Yep.
Every single PvT I play on ladder. Just don't lose to mines. And don't move out of your base. That's how it feels sometimes, to be honest.
That sounds like a horrible game, dude. That's horrible, man.
Unless you're playing an aggressive build, of course, but as of now, just trying to play macro builds to get better. We do see that kind of same push coming out here from Dream. Widowmine as well as 6 Marines pushing across.
The Mothership hunt. They're now going to be forcing that trigger on the Photon Overcharge. Mothership in a much better position this time, mostly to deal with the Reaper, but certainly will not be getting picked off. One thing to note is he's probably trying to cover for this mine to get into the natural. Going to be forcing these probes off the line, and from here, I mean, he's going to have to wait until the Observer's out before he can actually deal with it. That's actually a lot of mining time lost.
Yeah, a lot of mining time. Even 2 probes go down. Reaper trying to get an extra kill here. Might be able to. very close. A couple of those probes very low, but does not get one of those kills. He gets a full scout of the base, though. So he knows exactly what's going on. Let's see what the follow-up is exactly here. Seems like a couple extra barracks, actually, and an engineering bay.
A little early on the pull there as well. He could have just been watching it for it to change color before he moved everything. And look at this. The mine is being stopped. It's being stopped from shooting. Which is perfect because look at the mining time lost from this. This is
this is so
sickening money lost, man. This is way too much. There we go. Finally done. Oh, that is funny. That is definitely the way to do it. Just delay, delay, delay. Spam S on that bad boy or change target.
Or bad girl.
No, mine's the boys. And we are going to see that drop into the main base.
Okay, here we go. That one could get some damage. Not quite.
Ooh, very close. They're both going to go down, but it did force another pull of probes.
Yeah. 4 probes go down. As we do see there on the units lost tab, of course, the Terran is down, but as you were saying, all that lost mining time does more than make up for it.
It adds up. We have seen Dream lose a lot more this game, though. He has lost a lot of his drops. All the units that have been aggressive have gone down at this point, except for that Medivac. But he's just going to keep doing it. And why not? Just keep going, keep dropping, keep forcing these probes to get off the... wrong one, unfortunately, for him. Here we go again.
Now 2 mines going into the main at this moment in time. Super not looking to be aggressive with this one. Here come the mines. Immediately the photon overcharge does go down. Mine hit is decent over there. He's able to get 2 kills with one of them and 1 with the other.
Better. Yeah, I like that. And I would have liked it even more, though, if he had have kept 1 for the main base. So he dropped 1 in the natural, speeds up into the main, and kind of forces the probes off there until something comes back to deal with it.
That way you can't just get 1 photon overcharge to cover the entire thing.
Yeah, yeah. But he doesn't know where everything is, though. Like, there could be just a few stalkers in the main base, which is going to deal with your medivac as well. So, rather trying to do more damage at the natural, which is okay.
Well, in this position in the game, it's looking like the first game for Super, you know, where he's kind of just getting these double forges, getting the double upgrades plus Colossi, going for that very standard build, except he had to deal with the harass, of course, of the drops, whereas Dream, instead of getting that early CC like he did in the first game, going for the harass style himself, he does like to go for these big drops against both Terran and Parados. So let's see how effective this will be. He's sending 3 medevacs worth of units up towards that 3rd base for now.
Man. This could do a lot of work. Well, the Stalkers are with the rest of the units now. More stuff is getting warped in. But still, like, that is 1 Colossus. It can get caught out. There is enough Marauders to deal with this if they just stim in and win.
There's some units coming from the other side as well. You could actually sandwich this here. Observer does see that other side of the army. Let's see how this works out. Coming from behind, trying to hook us down that Colossus. And all these Protoss units out of position. Colossus going to go down. Time Warp goes down.
Oh, he time warps. There is no photon overcharge now.
Oh, no.
This could just be it, actually. There's not enough units. We are seeing Marauder drop onto the final Colossus. It's going to go down, and we're going to see GG.
Oh, my God.
What? Dream. Way too one-sided, man. That was just...